is going on, air signs? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for you guys. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. Also guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that's totally fine. As you know, my audio stuff has been really wonky. Got a lot of complaints about the audio, so the reason why I'm late is because a lot of those videos had a bit of an issue with the audio portion. So I'm using my gaming headset right now at this moment. So yeah, I game. I'm a gamer. I may upload my stuff or post my stuff out there, so you may get if you guys love gaming like I do, watching me stream. But yeah, I'm using my gaming headset right now as a source of of audio. So far it's been pretty good. Now you guys had Justice and the Sun coming up. Also, this is for November 12th, 2018. But yeah, you've seen the Sun and Justice coming up, so definitely there's some sort of something that's coming to light regarding some sort of imbalance that's been going on for some time. Something is definitely straightening itself out and providing potential for happiness, which is great. Some of us is going to get married here. That's what I see, the potential for that. But I also see that some sort of imbalance has been kind of plaguing a situation, and I think that's going to get resolved. Well. You guys are looking definitely interesting over here, because the Earth signs got the Three of Cups as their crossing energy too. Yep. What is going on here? Okay. So your underlying energy is the Eight of Pentacles. Underneath that, why do you have the Eight of Pentacles? Because of the High Priestess. Of the Five of Cups. Now, the High Priestess coming up like that definitely was interesting, because it talks about a time of passivity, nothing really going on, just you being. And that's cool too, right? We all need that time of being ourselves, letting energies flow, meditation, connecting with spirit, trusting your intuition, trusting your instincts. But then there's an instance of something that we know, something that we're aware of. And the High Priestess is those keeper of secrets, the knowing of all the knowers, okay? And I feel like with the Queen, sorry, not the Queen, with the High Priestess coming up like that, I feel like there's something that definitely that you've realized or noticed regarding that Five of Cups. Something that was, some great loss has been recognized. That's what I feel like. Something was deeply understood about some loss, and especially some loss from the past. Probably something that's happened already a long time ago, that's kept you from really being able to move forward with full intention, with full focus invested. Okay. It's not that because you couldn't let go. I think it's just something that you may not have realized was affecting you subconsciously until recently. Now, in the heart of your reading here, well, the underlying energy is talking about focusing on getting to a better spot, focusing on and putting 100% into what you're doing, truly investing yourself into your work, into perfecting your craft. Now, with the heart of your reading being the Page of Cups, I like this, all right, because this is talking about somebody coming and offering some cup, communicating in a very emotional way, or cultivating some sort of dream. It's very similar to, to the Ace of Cups, right? Not necessarily as amazing and awesome as the Ace of Cups, but still pretty darn sweet, because this is the cultivation of love. This is the cultivation of something small, still something effective in regards to making something, it can be something that can lead to something big, right? It can be, some small communication or confession of some feelings that can, can full-fledged blow up into a relationship. It can, it doesn't always mean it has to be, right? And I feel like this could also just kind of be that small, idea of what it is that you want. What is your, what is your passion, right? Or what is it that you desire, right? A small itty bitty thing that you desire. And now what's crossing that is the Three of Cups. very interesting card to have crossing this, right? Because the challenge is perhaps formulating a desire. Period. Having just a small bit of desire is a task at this moment, because you may not know exactly what it is that you want. All right, or maybe some of you guys do, but communicating how you feel is a bigger step than it is figuring out what it is that you want, because you already have an idea, you know. But the thing is, right, the Three of Cups is the obstacle. I don't think it's an obstacle, partly because this is about support, security. Well, not security, but this is about the people that have your back and support you. This is your inner circle, your inner networks. Some of you guys may find it hard to open up to the people that you find that you are close to at this moment. Some of you guys may be finding it hard to conversate with someone you may want actually to get back with. Maybe your desire has a lot to do with reconnecting with someone from the past, or someone that you have been in a relationship with at one point. For some of you guys, it may be that the challenge is talking about your emotions, but it's with the person that you haven't connected with. You haven't connected back with, if that makes sense. Now, back to what I was saying before, I think with, when it comes to recognizing that there is some sort of subconscious pain that hasn't been fully, fully embraced and healed and put to rest, I feel like this is definitely why Judgment is coming up. A situation that we thought that was over, done with, and out of your way, definitely has arisen and shown back up. Definitely. And I do feel like with the Judgment card coming up like that, I do feel like this has definitely put you in a place of figuring out what you needed to do now, because you have you have a situation where it's definitely calling you to action. Something is definitely beckoning you to do something that pretty much resonates with who you are in this moment, which is why the Page of Cups is here. Something brand new, something small, nothing as the Ace of Cups like, but still, it's pretty significant in my opinion. It can be, anyway. It depends on how you see it. And a lot of readers don't see the Page of Cups as significant, but in this reading in particular, I kind of do. But I do sense that there's some sort of revitalization period. Something's definitely rejuvenated itself, or definitely come back to life. And I think that that's a really significant point, considering that you had to review pains, or this brought up maybe some pains that you realized you hadn't truly let go of, which that in itself could have been the very thing that reoccurred. The feeling of something, the loss of something, the feeling of a loss of something, the loss of the Three Cups, and that could be the thing that you may want. It's hard to come up with a dream if you are so focused on what you've been wanting that you've lost, that you feel like you almost had, or you feel like you deserve, that you really want. Could be a reconnection that you feel like, or some sort of connection that you lost, and it may be that thing that you may desire, but it's also keeping you from cultivating a new dream. Now, the Nine of Wands it's talking about being exhausted, ready to give up, not really seeing, I wouldn't say not saying things clearly, but it is, it is very defensive, because obviously you're exhausted, you're tired, you've been putting up a big fight, right? Obviously it's for whatever it is that you've been really trying to get to. And I can understand that even when the situation that you thought was dead, when it approached, I feel like you've been dealing with it and you're tired of it. You're tired of it because, it's kind of like, well, is it even worth kind of finishing out anyway? And I'm getting that vibe from the Nine of Wands. Typically, the Nine of Wands, to me, isn't necessarily a doubt sort of card. I feel like the person knows that they're going to complete it out. They just wish they could just have it in them to give up. But that fight in them is saying, no, keep going, that warrior spirit. So I do feel like with the Nine of Wands, like this, like even though you're exhausted and tired and ready to just throw in the towel, something in you is keeping you from giving up. Something in you is keeping you from exactly just saying, hell, you know what, forget it. I think there's something that's in you that's still fighting for this connection, still fighting for this reunion, still fighting for friends, connecting with others, being open to new people, being open to, communicating your heart to other people, to your closest circle, being truly connected with the people that you have within your personal circle. And I feel like that's what's keeping you from from going home altogether, because you're still fighting for that. And that's not a bad thing. I don't think that, I don't think you should give up, but I feel like, there may be some things that you're also limiting with that kind of, with that with that kind of energy, because I feel like maybe in particular the specific thing of this connection is what's keeping you back, what's holding you back a little bit. You know, because there is still a wall that you put up with that Nine of Wands. It's just what wall have you put up? Is it the fact that you're dreaming, that the dreams itself, the thing that you're having a hard time cultivating, that desire? Maybe you're afraid to dream, and that's what's keeping the reconnection at bay. And that could be the case too, right? Some of us may be just, you know, it may just be hard for us to have faith in the things that we want, because the last time you wanted something, it didn't happen. Right? But you have a second chance here. This talks about having another opportunity, you know, another swing at things. And I feel like that's the thing. Like, no matter how you feel like you don't know if you can make it. You don't know if dreaming again, having a dream or a desire is, you know, if you have it in you to even do it. Do you have it within? It's not even about the other person. If you don't, it's not about trusting the other person. It's just like, if you have the, you know, that fight in you to continue to believe that it's possible. Now, in the future, you have the Two of Wands here, and I do feel like you guys end up having to make a decision about where you guys go, and not about, well, do I go this direction to accept it, or do I leave it behind? It's more about, how do I make this work? Because I feel like at this moment you just feel exhausted and feel kicked down and feel beat up, that even though, like, you want to just kind of like kick and scream and just yell, and I think you should do that, because I feel like that's what's going to remind you that no matter how much you've been proven that you can't have something, it even enforces your belief that you can't. No, I'm gonna have what I want. I'm gonna fight for what I want. I'm gonna do the best I can. The Eight of Pentacles, guys, that's your underlying energy, not the Eight of Cups, not the, and even the Eight of Cups isn't a card of giving up. Not really. I mean, I see that as like, you know what, I'll find my own way. It's not working for me. So I guess in a way it is leaving something behind, but it's still determined to find your happiness. And I feel like this is the same thing. You're not giving up. And if some of you guys are, I feel like the best thing for me to say is truly go after what it is that you truly want. Go for your true desires and be truly honest with yourself as to why you don't feel like you can you can push through, because you still got a little bit left in you. You still have a little bit left in you. The Nine of Wands is saying that you're not completely wiped out. You still got a lot more fight in you than you realize. But as if you recognize that fight, that's the biggest thing. Now, I know the Page of Swords is in your goal and ambition, and that can indicate somebody spying, somebody, you know, getting more information on you, or you getting more information on a situation. But I feel like with this purpose here, this Page of Swords, it's about truth and your truth. And not necessarily communicating with somebody. I feel like for some of you guys, if this is having to do with communicating your emotions to your inner circle, then yeah, the biggest thing right now is to talk about it with your friends and family. Talk about it. Talk about the things that you may be struggling with that may have rearisen, and be open about it. But if that's not the case, the Page of Swords may be talking about communicating with yourself in an open and honest way. Be true and honest with yourself. Accept all aspects and all truths that you have realized. But honestly, be real with yourself. What truly resonates with you as truth. I'm going to go ahead and pull you guys an additional card here, because I feel like we need a little bit more information with that Page of Swords. Because the Page of Swords can have so many meanings. But I'm going to try and narrow it down. I do feel like it's talking about find your truth, or not necessarily find your truth, but also cultivate a new truth as well, because pages can be new beginnings as much as they are messages. Be honest about the past, y'all, or communicate. Or so I think somebody may communicate with you from the past. The goal is probably even conversating with someone from the past, or being honest with yourself about the past. Gaining more information about the past, using that past as some sort of way to gain information. I don't know if it's saying to legitimately spy on your ex, or to gain more information on your ex, to be sneaky about your ex. I don't think that's the case. But, you know, I feel like it's saying to just find it in yourself. Find whatever you need to continue to help you push forward. Why is the Six of Cups the clarifier for the Page of Swords? The Four of Swords. Distance, period of time. Okay. So definitely, there was a period of rest, a period of stoppage. Haha. But something that's paused, I feel like. And I feel like there was a period of healing too about the past. But I think it's just important to be honest of how much you have healed, but how much you haven't healed either. How much you haven't really been able to let go. And it's okay, right? It's not about blame. It's not about, you know, feeling ashamed or anything. It's about just understanding where you are. Because if you don't know where you... Because that's so important, guys. The second we start blaming, we lose all focus on the big picture. If we get to the nitty gritty, it's like, hey, I have been crying about my ex that has broken up with me 15 years ago. That's important. That's so big because, again, it's not about feeling pathetic or doing any of that. Fuck that shit. It's about just knowing where you are so we can really focus on healing. Page of Cups. And that's the thing. We don't admit things because we are afraid of judgment. And it's like, look at that. Reveal the truth. Yeah. Reveal it. See, it's not about blame. When we admit to something that's so sensitive, it can kind of feel like, it's about blaming. It's about any of that. If we just accept what's been going on, we can help ourselves. And I feel like reveal your truth is definitely what I'm talking about. Talk about it. Be honest. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with the people around you. Know what your true intentions are. Understand your motives behind things. And be honest with yourself. Have you truly given up on this relationship? And if you haven't, then you haven't. No one's going to fault you for that. No one's going to judge you for that. I'm not. You can watch my videos for ages. You're not going to hear shit from me about how you should leave your ex and you need to forget about it, him or her, and let it, whatever. You're never going to sit here. I'm never going to sit here and tell you guys what you should and shouldn't do, how you should and shouldn't feel. That's up for you to decide for yourself. And that's why revealing your truth is so important. Because it's about accepting all of you. And you know what? I'm going to even read the affirmation aspect of it too. I'm going to read the message that it says here for us. It's a daily message, so what the fuck. And also, for those of you guys that have a problem with cuss words, I do apologize. It's just how I communicate. Alright? Somebody called me ratchet, and I'm like, really? It's not about ratchetness. It's just about me expressing who I am. Expressing myself. Some people are bitches. It is what it is. But it's not a bad thing. I could be a bitch sometimes too. Just saying. But anyway, sorry. When you were born, your soul shone bright. As you grew, you were taught of right and wrong. You were taught how to think, how to live, how to believe in a way that makes you fear to say no. See, that's what I was just saying. You're never going to get judgment from me. You're never going to hear me say what you should and shouldn't do. You're never going to hear none of that, right? I will always push you towards the suggestive portion of it, right? The suggestions that I see in the cards. If you want to get to your goal, this is the best way I see you doing that. But again, like, go your own direction. Never, ever, ever am I going to be upset with you going a certain direction. But yeah, to disagree is to risk alienation from family and society. And so you hide your true thoughts and feelings behind a mask. That mask hides your light. Cast it aside. Embrace and live your truth, and let your truth shine once more. Like I was saying, if this is somebody that you need to communicate with within your inner circle and you just don't feel comfortable saying it, I think that's what's going on. That wall that you've been building up that's making you defensive right now is because you haven't been honest about your truth, haven't been speaking your truth. And it may have been about a situation from the past that you haven't truly healed from, or maybe something that you need to fully heal from, and the way to do it is by communicating that, whatever you've been through, whatever you're feeling. Either way, that's what the thing is, right? Let your truth shine. Let your truth come out. Be honest with yourself. 100%. You know, it's okay if it's been 2 years. It's okay if it's been 15. It's okay if it's been 6 months. It's just important to just know that, hey, this is what's up, and then figure out what to do about it. But you gotta be real with yourself first. Alright, family, this has been your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys later on. If you please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to anybody that you feel that needs this message. I was telling the earth signs, if somebody needs this message, please send this to them. And it's not for me to get views, because I don't give a fuck. Really, I don't. I want people to feel more empowered, and the best way to do that is by accepting themselves. Because I'm realizing this personally for me. As an air sign, fellow air sign here, this is triggering the shit out of me, just to be honest with you. But, it's right. We gotta accept what we haven't been able to heal from. And that's okay. And but that's why we haven't been able to let go. And that's why we haven't, we haven't been able to really fully push forward. We're tired, but because we haven't been able to really fully recover when we had the chance. But this is our time. Alright, family, again, I'm going to let you go. Love you to death. I will see you guys later on. Love y'all. Bye, guys.